Pilot Flying J EVgo and GM Energy have been working for 2 years now to build one of the most robust interstate travel plaza EV charging networks in the country. They're getting ready to pass 250 stations. But of those 250, 3 or 4 have a very unique design. And I'm at one of them in Springfield, Missouri. And I'm here to answer the question, why are there only 3 or 4 of these? Is this a good design? What do you think? Stick around. So we have made it to the Flying J in Springfield, Missouri. We're going to go ahead and get our charging session set up. We're going to go to 80%. And the most important piece, turn that off. All right, let's go out. All right, get this all ready. Auto Charge Plus should work. Again, we got $80 for the holidays from EVgo. So let's go ahead and just plug this in using the Hemmecker Schlemmer Huber Sooner. Okay, there we go. Charge port's here. Come back over here. Payment has been authorized. Next to instantly. Connected to the vehicle, going through the world's longest handshake. There it is. We're going to start right at 20%. Ramp up here. Again, the cost is, I want to say 59 cents per kilowatt hour at this location. I'm not really worried about that. Again, they gave us $80 for free. Otherwise, I'd be at Buc-ee's. But also wanted to show you how unique this station is. So let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so what makes this one of the most unique GM Energy Pilot Flying J EVgo locations is it's an extended canopy. What they did is they just extended the canopy that's over the gas pumps to the EV chargers. Only 3 or 4 locations use this, and this location in Springfield, Missouri was the first to use it. So I like this. Get you closer to the store. Some people kind of balk at it because it is a higher area of traffic, and today is busy. So I like it, and I guess it works well for me, but if it doesn't work well for you, I'd love to know in the comments, what do you think about this location? Let me know. Another great perk, as you saw coming into using this Flying J EVgo Extend network, is you're right off the interstate, but it is very busy. That left turn lane appears to back up quite a bit, but you are, as with most Flying J's, right off that interstate. Very convenient. You join me as I get my weekly update on DC fast charging across the nation. We are about 10 minutes into this charging session, so I thought it'd be a great time to go ahead and take a look at how the charging session is going. So let's go to charging up here. We're up to 38% already. We're about 10 minutes into the session. We could check in on some better statistics over here. We have come off the top of 155 kilowatts, pulling about 128 now. The voltage continues to go up. We came in at 20, so that voltage wasn't as low as it could have been, and that's hopefully going to help contribute to the session here and a quick speed. But the current is definitely coming down from the 500, now at 404. All right, let's see how close we get to the 120 mark before we hit a GM dip. And of course, hopefully, the air conditioner being off will help us in that regard. I want to show you what I have. GM V652.1 is the latest update that I have. So hopefully that can tell us a little bit of something about maybe in the future this gets even better. If you have a future update, you can compare it to this one. I haven't checked for updates lately. I mean, November 21st, it's much later than that now. So hopefully there's something to compare here later on. Again, so this is the new season of the Arkansas eTraveler, new graphics, everything to try and up the experience a little bit for the viewer. One of the things I wanted to share with this being the first site visit of the new season, the objective really remains the same. We're tracking Walmart as best we can. The growth has become prolific in recent weeks. Arizona, Florida, so much going on. We're going to track it. But I'm also excited to bring you to places like this to show you what's going on in the Mid-South. But we're going to venture beyond the Mid-South, hopefully in the summertime. I think that will be a lot of fun for us as we get ready for summer travels, and especially what Walmart Energy is doing to add to your EV charging experience and your EV road tripping. So stay tuned this season. If you haven't subscribed already, I encourage you to do so. It really means a lot to me, helps the channel, as they say, it really does. And so hopefully we will make it worth your time, and I'll make every effort to do that. Thank you. Now let's see how this charge session is going 20 minutes into it. And we just crossed the 20-minute mark. As you can see, no GM dip so far. That's not to say it won't happen, but I'm impressed that we have reached 65% and we have not dipped at all. It's been a slow and gradual decline. Now, again, we started right at 20 minutes. GM, when I bought this vehicle, advertised 20 to 80% in 40 minutes. 20 minutes in, less than 10 minutes to go. We might hit that 30-minute mark for the first time. Now, you'll notice it's unseasonably warm, 73 degrees. We are under a canopy, thankfully. Air conditioning is off. That's what's enabling this lack of GM dip. We'll keep our eyes on it here, but so far, I'm definitely impressed. So let's see, what does the battery temperature look like? About 113. So we've got about a 7-degree buffer here before things are really going to throttle back. Charging at 95 kilowatts now on that slow decline, we might not hit a dip at all. That would only be the second time that I have not dipped. Let's see how it goes before we get too excited, though. Let's check out the rest of the station. Folks, it's getting exciting here. We have one more mile of range to put in here. There's 226. We have reached 80%. Now it's going to top up just a little bit beyond that. We're at 65 kilowatts, which is phenomenal. Okay, we're over, and looky there. Under 30 minutes, 29 minutes and 20 seconds is what it took to put 80% back into this vehicle. We went from 20% to 80%. Again, when I bought the vehicle, that was advertised to take 40 minutes, and now it's taking 30. Again, you have to shut this off, but GM appears to have figured out how to do this. I'm okay with shutting it off. I'm okay with going into Flying J, walking around, getting fresh air. Congratulations to GM Energy. They have really done something here to shave off 10 minutes at least now of charging time. Now, in the dead of summer, not underneath a canopy, you may not get that. But I couldn't get this last year underneath a canopy as well. So improvements have definitely been made by GM, and I am definitely grateful for what this has done. So let's wrap up the session. And there you have it, Springfield, Missouri's Flying J with the extended canopy, bringing us closer to the store and giving us a little bit more of an internal combustion experience that every other driver gets to experience when they're at a Flying J. Now, that's not to knock the other Flying J's with the separate canopies at all. I love those too, but this seems to me to be just a little bit of a plussed experience. But you may disagree, and that's fine. I understand some people don't like that there are so many cars going around you, and I've seen quite a few. Seems like something else that could go wrong. But this feels like as close to an internal combustion experience as I've had since owning an EV. Maybe that's a bad thing, maybe that's a good thing. Kind of depends on your perspective. But also, congratulations again to GM for knocking off 10 minutes. That is a fourth of their advertised time to charge, going from 20 to 80%. Now, again, your mileage will vary with that, in that if you go below 20%, you really get into a low voltage with this vehicle. And what good is a high amperage if your voltage is so low? We've learned that for a year and a half now driving this vehicle. So it seems 20% is about the sweet spot, and that typically is where GM wants you to plug in anyway. So I'm pretty excited. This is going to be a fun season of the Arkansas eTraveler, and I'm glad that the charging experience is improving. Not just with GM, but with all the charging providers, it would seem these days. So hope you are ready for the adventure, and I'm Landon saying, happy trails.